I'm on hiatus. I'm on hiatus. I'm on hiatus. Baby, don't check for me.
Hi there, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, please consider subscribing and joining my family. You guys know I'm still on the road to 500. I am an internet panhandler, but today I want to talk to you about my nightmare in Tulum. Okay, so my best friend Kim, she turned 40 years old, January 28th. Shout out to her, happy birthday. So we wanted to go to Jamaica, but Jamaica was a 14-day quarantine. So we were like, we can't go there because we don't, everybody doesn't have enough PTO. So we decided, let's do Mexico. She's been she follows some kind of travel group. If she lets me know, I'll ask her what it is and kind of link it for you guys in the description box. But basically, she follows this travel group, this black travel group, and they, just take pictures in its hot spots, right? So it's gonna be your touristy, popular, what's in now, rather than the unique, kind of things to do, one of a kind things to do. So she was really impressed with the way Tulum looked. A lot of people were flocking there, so she was like, let's do this one. So we're like, cool, okay. So we were booking and, everything went smoothly. It was supposed to be 6 girls, but a week prior to us leaving, CDC did make some adjustments to the regulations, and you had to test negative to enter back into the United States. So you didn't need a test to go out, you needed to test to come back in. So it had to be dated 72 hours prior to the flight, your return back into the country. So we were there 3 nights and 4 days. So we were like, cool. One of my friends pulled out. She was just like, we'd have to test in Mexico because we traveled that day. And she was like, I'm not with that. That's risking it. But the rest of us were kind of like, no, we're not leaving until noon. We can just go test on the way to the airport. So, that's not a big hurdle for us. So that ended up being my roommate who pulled out. So I ended up having to make accommodations for myself. Again, which is much more expensive because we chose an all-inclusive resort to stay at. To book all-inclusive by yourself for that stay, it would have been $600 something odd dollars for me. My flight was $166, so I was just like, I'd be spending way too much. Everyone else that was coupled up spent $1,000, $1,030, I believe, collectively. And I would have almost spent that just going along. So I was like, well, let me not do the all-inclusive and just do the room. I'm not a big eater. If you know anything about me, I'm not a big eater, heavy drinker, not a big eater. So I was like, well, I can just, buy my meals while I'm there. I don't really eat like that. Or hell, have y'all order room service and, I'll eat whatever, you guys bring for me or whatever. So we were trying to navigate our way through that. And then finally I was like, okay, cool. I booked my room. It's not all inclusive. The girls booked their room. They're all inclusive. Okay. So it's 5 of us now, and everything's going smooth. We're excited. We get to the airport, flight is good. We get out, we drinking before we go, as you saw on my vlog. We're drinking, everybody's ready to go, amped up, and so plane was really spacious. It was the triple row, like the 3 rows with 3 seats, so everyone was spaced out. Amazing flight. So when we get there to Tulum, to Cancun, you have to fly into Cancun. And so we got to Cancun, and it's like an 1.5-hour drive down into Tulum. But you can book transportation. So we booked a van, and I forgot, we booked it through Expedia. So our whole trip got booked through Expedia. And our resort was called Dreams Resort and Spa. And I'll insert a clip here. So yeah, that was our the place we stayed at. And with Expedia, you could book your van. So the van was $150 round trip from the airport to Tulum, and from Tulum back to the airport. So we just split that, no biggie. He stopped along the way, got us some tequila, some alcohol. So we're rolling in the van, dancing. I had my little Bluetooth speaker. We got our music going. We're taking shots. Passing the bottle around, having a good time, just getting ready to go check in. And so when we get checked in, we get dropped off to the front. My friends paid to upgrade their rooms to junior suites. So it was 2 rooms getting upgraded to junior suites. And so they became part of a premier package. So they whisked them away to the premier side. And I'm over there on the little broke side, right? And so they whisked them away on a golf cart. So there's no telling where they go, right? And so here I am, just trying to check into my little room, and I'm feeling all left out. And so I'm like, how much does it cost to get close to my friends? I want to go by them. I'm kind of feeling like I'll be on the other side. This place is massive. I didn't know you need a golf cart to get around the grounds. I, don't want to be lost or drinking and, walking around by myself and anything happens. So I'm willing to pay the upgrade. And she was like, oh, it'll be $350. And I'm like, shoot, okay. So I was like, okay, well, yeah, I'll pay it. And so she was like, okay, well, we'll just charge the card on file. So she was like, okay, so do not go into your room for 20 minutes because it's not ready yet. We weren't prepared for an upgrade right now. So do not go into your room for 20 minutes. I'll call your friend's room when you're, when it's ready, and you guys, they can kind of walk you over there. You're around the corner. She showed me a map. You're around the corner. Don't worry. You'll be right with them. And so I'm like, okay, cool. Well, so I was like, well, can the golf cart take me where we took my friends? Because, hello, I don't know where they are. They don't know where they are, even if I did call them. And they were like, oh, sure, yeah, here you go. So they whisk me away now because I'm part of the Premier Club. So they whisk me away on the golf cart, and they bring me to this nice, really nice, think speakeasy, leather sofa, low back, velvet drapes, really beautiful, beautiful room. Bar there, concierge, and admissions. And so I came up there, I was like, hi, Danielle sent me over here. I paid the upgrade. And she was like, I don't know why you did that. And I was like, excuse me? And she was like, no, we don't have any upgrades. And I was like, well, here's my receipt. And so she calls up there to Danielle at the front desk, and no one's answering. And she was like, no, you need to go back up there and figure out what this is. She was just really rude. And then 2 of my other friends were like, oh, you met whatever her name is. And, yeah, she was rude as hell. So I was like, what happened to y'all? She was like, well, with Expedia, I just booked 1 room, 2 flights. And I didn't put that my roommate, my best friend, would be staying in the room with me, and it's all inclusive. So they want $400 from me so that she, my roommate, could actually get all inclusive. I was like, you gotta be kidding. And so it's basically like a money pit, but I understood that. My friends should have known, like that if it's all inclusive, you have to count the heads in the room. You have to, put that on there, that it's 2, and just have your friend pay you if you're gonna do the tickets. Because that's what it was. The friends wanted to pay the tickets separately, but she should have just sent her money to whoever was going to book the room. That way everything could be grouped together. So big problem. My girl's like, we here to have fun. It's Kim's birthday. Here's your $400. Take it. So I was like, oh, she's being rude. And so the nice guy who drove me over there on the cart was like, you know what? I'll just bring you back to the front. We'll get with Danielle. We'll resolve this, don't worry, and I'll bring you right back here. And I was like, yeah, because old girl is rude and I need a drink right now. So they give me a margarita and bring me up to the front, and Danielle standing there like, oh, she had just booked your room before you guys got over there. I'm so sorry. Here's another room. Here's another key. Give us 20 more minutes. I'll call you. Thank you, Danielle. Thank you. So they bring me over to the, the little place, and then we finally, go our own way to the rooms. They put my friends upstairs and downstairs from one another, so they're, you know, second level, first level. So Kim and my friend are on the first level, and our other two friends, which are best friends, are above them, and then I'm alone. So I go into the room with Kim and my friend, and I'm just waiting, you know, on them to call, but they never call. So then y'all see us taking a shot in the room, hanging out, whatever. And so I was like, she's taking so long. I was like, I have my key card. Kim, let's walk around to this room. I'm ready to get ready for dinner. Like, we've been going at it since early this morning because I had to get up for the COVID test, you know, and it was about like 8:00 p.m. We're done here. And so we go up to my room. You guys, well, check out this clip.
Yeah,
Take a picture so we can post it online.
okay. Okay. Yes. I'll get this short.
So yes, there are holes in the ceiling. There's a water leakage line running on the ceiling. And as you can see in the background, Kim's on the phone in the mirror while I'm videotaping. She's on the phone like, hell no. You know, like, no, you paid money for this. You're not gonna do this. And so no one's answering at the front desk. And she was like, no, because they're gonna charge your card and say that you messed up the light fixtures or you did some wild party. Let's go back to the front. So I was like, fuck. And I was like, I'm really not gonna be in this room. Y'all got a sofa in y'all's room. At this point, I wanna eat dinner. I wanna drink, I wanna party. And so Kim was like, business first. So we go up there to the front, and Danielle is like, oh, I was trying to call you in your friend's room. You guys never answered. But since your room was not gonna be ready, that room is not feasible, I'm gonna give you a swim out room. And so that's when you guys see that nice ass like room I was in with the pool outside, right off of the steps of my balcony, drop-in tub with, you know, jets, amazing tall shower, really beautiful room. And so I was like, well, thank you, because we saw that on the you know, on Expedia on the website, but we couldn't afford it because those rooms were like, I forgot how much they were a night. I think $1,000 and something a night. And who's gonna pay that, you know, for somewhere just to lay your head, especially when you're alone. So everybody was like, okay, we're gonna come to your room and party. I was like, hell yeah. And then they were like, well, let's see if all of you all can get an upgrade to swim out rooms because, you know, you guys were held up and it wasn't you guys' fault. So we were like, yeah, we'll come tomorrow. You know, tonight we're done here. We wanna eat. And so, yeah, so we go to dinner, and you know, that's when y'all see my friends are like, don't act like you don't know us, you were just being loud and whatever. So we were having a great time. We had a great dinner. And then after dinner we went to change, get dressed, get showered, because we're gonna go out to a hookah lounge. And so we got ready and we go to the front desk to get a cab. And the cab didn't come for at least 20 minutes. If you are at a place, a resort, a vacation place, you would think cabs would frequent the area. It took him about 20 minutes, and still no sign of a cab, but a group of people walk in, they're partying, they have their Bluetooth speaker. I'm like, oh, they like us. Like, what's up? What's tea? And so they were like, oh yeah, where y'all going out? We're trying to go out too. And so we're like, yeah, we're going to a hookah lounge. You're like, okay, well, have them send a cab behind y'all and we'll all roll. And so we were like, well, the cab ain't came. How long y'all been waiting? Well, now I'm about 30 minutes. They were like, oh, no. Well, we got the speaker. There's drinks all around the resort. Let's just go to the pool and party. So we were like, you sure right. Forget that hookah lounge. We'll go party. So we went over to the pool and in the beach. They're right next to each other. And so we just started partying, playing music, and to know each other. These people were from LA. They were so cool. Big group, guys and girls, about maybe 6, 7 of them. Really cool. Way too much to drink. Really don't know too much about what went on other than we were partying and we had an amazing time with them. And so we retire to the room because we had to get up in the morning for our excursion. So the next morning, this is Saturday morning, we get up. Our excursion email said the excursion starts at 8 o'clock. That's all we read because, crazy drunk girls don't read, right? We don't read. And so we go, and then we find out you have to walk outside of the resort. It's about a half a mile hike to the front of the resort with these huge iron gates. Security guard lets you out and in. You cannot enter or leave. They do not play in Mexico about, tourists, and, they feel responsible. They really take ownership. I could appreciate that. So we had to hike up there, and our van was supposed to pick us up. But when we got there, one of my friends, she was like, oh, pickup time was 7:30 and it's 8 o'clock. And so we were like, oh no. So I'm like, well, just call them. Like, it's Mexico. Call them. I'm sure people get drunk all the time and, whatever. So they were like, yeah, we'll send a car back over for you guys. Don't worry about it. No problem. So they came and got us, y'all, and drove us into town. We went, I don't know where we were. Have no idea, but it was to do your ATV riding. It was like a village. I wish I should have filmed that, but I was just so on guard, you guys. I get so paranoid when laws are different and things are just out of your control. I tend to have anxiety or panic internally. You won't see it, but I'm always thinking and looking and thinking and looking and thinking and looking, like making sure things are going on how they're supposed to be going, just so nothing will happen to either myself or my friends. And so we finally get to this place. It's a raggedy little place, and it's so cute and homey, and got the little dogs running around, and ATVs everywhere, gift shop. And I'm like, okay, they're used to dealing with tourists. And, they get us together. They're like, hey, let's show you how to ride the ATVs. We recommend you wear, a mask because of the dirt flying up. We're going to ride through a bunch of rocks. You need your helmet. You need sunglasses. Just basically getting us ready to go on the excursion. So we line up, get on the ATVs, and we're rolling. They had a cameraman snapping pictures of us every step of the way. It was so amazing. It was so amazing. And so we're riding through these big pointy rocks, almost like stones, and we're just rolling over them and rolling over them. And I hate that, y'all. I am such a girly girl. I am not your excursion girl. I'm your drink. Lay on the beach, get a massage, go out, party, drink, throw your hands up, go home, pass out. Excursions, not my thing. So I knew that I needed to step out of my comfort zone and not be the boring friend. So I was so excited to do something that, just like it's nothing that I would choose to do had I been there myself. So we get on these freaking ATVs. We're riding and rolling, and I'm behind. I'm behind one of my friends, Naisha, and Kim is in front of Naisha. So we're just rolling. The other two are in the front and back of the whole group. And so we're just rolling. And all of a sudden we come to, they're slowing down our guide. He's on an ATV, looking and, guiding us. And all of a sudden he stopped, but Naisha couldn't stop. And I seen her clutching the motorbike, the brakes, and clutching. I see her hold her, she making triceps and biceps, and I said, oh Lord, so I turn my wheel to go to the side of them because I don't know what's going on, but she's directly behind Kim. She bumps Kim, and then I see Kim shake, and then she tried to squeeze it again, and when she squeezed the brakes, she flew into Kim real hard, boom, and then Kim, her hands went up in the air, and then I just seen her go like this. And she flew off the ATV. And not only that, she flew off the ATV, her whole side hit the rocks, hit the ground, and all this gravel and dust and smoke poofed up, and then the ATV just ran over Kim, over her foot. And she's just bleeding everywhere at this point. Bleeding bad everywhere, y'all. It looked so scary. I knew she broke something. I was just like, there ain't no way out of this. And so they called the office, and then they brought the van down and they rendered aid to her. And I mean, it was blood gush. You couldn't tell where it was coming from. It was so bad. And Kim was just shaking with anxiety and just like vibrating. And I'm like, no, we need to go back. And Kim was like, no, we're not going back. They're gonna bandage me up and we're gonna finish this excursion. And I was like, we don't have to do this. Like, it's not that important. And so she was like, no, we'll be all right. I'm fine. It hurt like hell, but I want to do this because she's like me. Like, we're not adventurous at all. That's why we're best friends. That's why we click so well, because we on the same wave, baby. We just want to drink, feel good, go to sleep. And we really were excited to, expand our horizons and do something different, And so they bandaged her up, and she was a trooper. She took it. We got to this beautiful, beautiful cenote, the cave with the fresh water flowing through. It was just so pretty. I hadn't seen anything like it. We got to explore the cave, go to the back, swim around in it. We did have to put on life jackets in certain areas because they dip off, because it was just a natural made cave. So you just didn't know, how deep it would get or how shallow it would get. So photographer went swimming with us, still taking pictures, right? Still taking pictures. And Kim's doing okay. We spent about 20 minutes down there, climbed up, came back out, and he was like, well, I'll take you to another cave, a natural cave, so you can kind of see the trees and the, kind of like what made the cenote, what made this whole, kind of. So that's what you kind of see us doing, like actually going through another cenote and just kind of just feeling our way through it and seeing, the history of the cave and everything like that. And so after that, we were supposed to zip line, but we were kind of just over it, right? So we were like, no, we'll just skip the zip line and excursion, because it came in a package. And I will link our ATV, it's called World Tours, and I'll link that in case you ever go to Tulum. They were amazing. They rendered aid. They had everything ready for you. They came and got our late drunk asses, hungover asses, So I will link them. And so when we got back, we skipped the zip line and we got back. And then we decided to rewrap Kim's foot, wash it, rewrap it, give her a shower, she took a shower, and they rewrapped her foot. And then we went on the beach for lunch, which was really good. So we had lunch on the beach. She was feeling good. We got her full of that alcohol where, she was numb, so she was good. And we just kind of hung out, but we knew we had to go to dinner that night because she wanted to go to dinner off the resort. So we had lunch and kind of went back into our rooms to kind of nap and then get ready and dress to go off site for dinner. And so when we went to dinner, it's this place called Bak, B-A-K. We went to Bak for dinner, and that place was so amazing. I wish I had a clip. Maybe I can get someone to send me one. I don't know if they have it still in their phones or whatever, but it was this amazing violinist, like rolling around like the whole restaurant, and just playing very nicely, like to like rap music and stuff, but it had that classical tone to it, so it was really nice. And the food there was so expensive. I feel like for Stonecraft, for Kim's plate, I think it was like $60-$80. Drinks were $20 a piece, so I was just like, I didn't eat, y'all. I got there, I don't eat like that anyway, and I was like, I ain't got time, I'm full as hell. I will drink, but I ain't eating. And so they all ate, they got their food. Their food looked amazing. I didn't have room. I mean, because their resort feeds you so much, and I had a bunch of steak, rice, and salad, and a bunch of drinks. Like, I'm full, I couldn't do it anymore. And so we did enjoy that place. And then when we left, we were supposed to go to Rosa Negra, but we didn't realize that Rosa Negra was just like Bach. They're all just like on a strip. Think New Orleans, Bourbon Street, all these different places. They're the same place. same vibe. I don't know. Or maybe the food is different or something. But we were just like, we just left the restaurant. Why would we want to go to another one? I thought this was a club, so we were like, we're just gonna go back to the resort, and we could party there. And so we had to fit in a Prius, y'all, because he was the only taxi available. So we had to lay one of my friends across the lap of 3 of us in the back, and then we put one of our friends in the front. It was so funny. And he was like, police, you know, and so he's like, lay down. And so she was like, I'm good, I'm laying down, we're good. So we got back to the resort where we were more comfortable. I could let my guard down, and we had some drinks, and I forgot what we did that night. I think we may have hung. I don't know. I was drunk, y'all, and I think that's when I was telling y'all, like, I tried to film as best I could, but I was so drunk that night, and I don't remember what we did when we got back. But then Sunday morning we got up. Well, I always get up early, and so I got up and ordered room service, and about 6-7 o'clock, I can't remember. And then I was just waiting on someone to call me, because I was like, I'm not gonna disturb them, because I know, you know, how I can get in the morning. You guys see me do that to my friends in my other vlogs. So I was like, no, I'm gonna let everyone rest. I'm gonna get in my pool outside of my room. So I turned on my music and got in my pool and, you know, hung out. And then finally my room phone starts ringing. I'm like, yes. And so they're like, yeah, get up, we're going to breakfast. I was like, okay, cool. And so I was like, that's my cue. So I got in the shower, put on some clothes, and before I was ready, they were at my door like, we ready, where you been? We just knew you were up. I was like, oh, I was swimming, so I had a shower. And so we went over and had breakfast, and that's when we find out this place is a damn timeshare place. Now, not timeshare for you if you don't pay for it, but timeshare for everyone who wants to get upgrades. So they sit you through this presentation. So we got kind of set, the room was crowded, so they set us on the side with the timeshare people. And it was so annoying. It was so annoying. But the breakfast food they said was good. I had already eaten breakfast, so I sat there and didn't eat anything again. I drank orange juice and kind of just waited on everyone to get ready. So we're like, okay, let's go put on our swimsuits, and it's beach day. So we got a cabana and took some cute pictures of Kim, let her sit out and enjoy some sun and, you know, just take it all in. So we spent the whole day like at this cabana, just playing music, getting to know other people there, and then we went off to lunch and came back to the cabana, started doing the same thing again. We were just drunk. We were just drinking all day. And then by the time it was time for dinner, we were like, okay, we're gonna have to go get dressed, and we'll try one more restaurant on the resort, because we needed to get our money's worth. And so we did go to, you know, another restaurant there and started meeting other people, but the wait was so long at some of these places, like an hour. So we would go to the bar, just have drinks, and then wait, you know, until our table was ready, and then we would leave there and then go to another place. You know, just trying to get our fix from, you know, everything, because we were leaving the next day. Okay, sorry, y'all. My husband just keeps walking around. If I wasn't filming, no one would be doing anything, right? Anyway, he's settled now. I can hear him. It stopped. Okay, and so yeah, we, you know, went to dinner, and we met 2 more girls from Dallas, which is crazy, and we hadn't seen them the whole time at the resort, and so they were fun. And met some people from Chile, and they were like, have you ever had whiskey cola? So they were like giving me Crown and Coke, you know, giving me, it's all free, but, you know, they were just like, I'm gonna get it. And I was like, I don't know if they're trying to drug us. So I kind of got paranoid. It was real weird, but they ended up being cool. So, you know, I'm just gonna always, I guess, be on guard, you know, for whatever reason, just trying to be safe. But yeah, so we get up the next day. It's time to go. Our flight wasn't until 3, so we didn't have to be to the airport, I think, until like 1. So we were able to kind of relax and, you know, sleep in. I ordered again room service. I think the other girls did as well. Kind of got ready to go, packed up our things, took a shower, and was just waiting to meet everyone, you know, at the front. And yeah, and so when we were leaving, two of my friends found them some marijuana somewhere in town. I don't fool around with other people's stuff. I don't fool around with smoking, period. I told y'all this stuff makes me so sleepy, and you know, I like to be up and having fun, so that's just not my thing. But some of my friends had found some, they were smoking it, so we get pulled over in a routine traffic stop, our van that's taking us back to the airport. The routine traffic stop smells the weed on one of my friends, so they pull her over. If you go back and look at my vlog, my travel vlog, you'll see them. You don't know what you were looking at, but you'll see them like in the distance as I'm videotaping, of them going in her hair, like up in the back of her hair. And they're like, the dog is picking up something on you. You'll see in the front of us. They had some other car stop. They had the dude out too. They don't play. And they had like these big AKs. I'm like, you don't bring drugs into Mexico. You don't take drugs out of Mexico. You will die. You know, like, you will die doing that. Like, who wants to play with narcos? Who wants to play with narcos? No one. And so, we got, you know, through that, and which was, I wasn't worried because I didn't really have anything. I was like, I'm getting to the airport. I don't know about these smokers on the van, but I'm getting to the airport and going home to my man and my child. But they couldn't find anything, you know, it was gone. Whatever they had got, it was gone. But all in all, you guys, it was an amazing trip. If you are planning a trip, Tulum is a very beautiful place to go to, but it is a very expensive place to go to. Be aware of that. Since we were doing all the touristy things, prices were outrageous. That dinner shouldn't have been like the upwards of $80 for one person, you know, like the excursion was cheap. It was $74 for the three things. You could ATV, swim in the cenote, which is the underground water, freshwater cave, and then zip lining. So that was really good. You pay that up front. We didn't get to go on a boat party we were gonna try to do because of the injury that Kim had. I'm sorry, y'all. This man keeps walking around, I swear. We didn't get to do that, so that would have been the third thing we would have did on Sunday, but instead we just kind of sat at the resort thing and it'd be safe enough to do that. So the picture guy at the cenote that was following us around, start to finish, when we pulled back up, he was like $280 USD for pictures, and we were like, no. And I was like, no, I wouldn't pay $250 for them things. I was like $200, you know, but not $280. You're out of your mind. We just tipped you $20. We just tipped the tour guide $20 each. Like, they were making money off each one of us were tipping. And now you want $280 from us? Oh, it's a company. I work for a company. I was like, well, you can take this $200 and you can keep all them damn pictures, and it can be what it is. It can be a memory. And so he was like, okay, $200. And so he gave us a flash drive, and he did send pictures to our email. So those are some of the photos that you did get to see, which were very beautiful photos. They were very pretty. We had 145 pictures. I think I showed you guys maybe 3 or 4. I don't like to bore people with a bunch of pictures, random pictures of people that you don't know. But yeah, he did a good job. But $280 after we done tipped everybody around us. Mind you, we had 2 tour guides. Then we were tipping people that came to help Kim and her foot. So, I mean, we were just giving out $20 bills like candy. All right, and so next, I'm sorry, they keep keep running and playing. This is why I film in the car, you guys. If you were complaining about seeing me in the car, this is why. I live with a grown man child and I live with a young man child. Does that make sense? They're kids and they run everywhere, and the stairs are right around my bathroom area, where I record. So they're just, all day they didn't do shit all day, but now they want to play when it's time for me to work. But anyway, I digress. Okay, and so yeah, I was just like, y'all taking all my USD. That I did not get any pesos while I was there, because our money means everything to them. They couldn't care less about them pesos. They were trying to take US dollars. The resort was giving change for change in US dollars so that I could tip, the bars and waiters and things with US dollars. So they don't care about them pesos. So I was like, yeah, y'all taking all of our USD. No more USD. No more USD. Anyway, and so the other what other expensive thing? Yeah, I talked about the restaurant. They were way overpriced. Like, that was crazy. So okay, that's my recommendation. So if you're gonna do this trip, you need to, since you're flying to Cancun, you need to stay in Cancun. I would recommend driving down to Tulum for a day and then getting your driver to drive you back. Because there's nothing in Tulum but overpriced. Now people are flocking here, so we're gonna, inflate everything and, just make it as costly as possible. But I would recommend you doing like a couple days in Cancun, a couple days in Playa del Carmen, and then going down to Tulum. Split your travel, your travel plans out, or just spend one day somewhere and then ride a car service into these places, because you don't have to actually stay there and spend so much money. That resort, as you can see, is trash. How dare they treat us like that, because I didn't have the upgrade that I had now paid for, and you're still gonna, I don't know why she told you that. Like, that was catty. It was inappropriate. I don't understand why you would treat people like that. You're in a job where you work with the public. You're in a hospitality service industry. You should act as such. But to each his own. I tipped Danielle at the desk, because Danielle gave me the swim out room while your girl over here was upset about God knows what, telling me she don't know why they told me to come over there or whatever. Like, you call her and you find that out. If y'all can't get these phones answered, get a walkie-talkie. Like, communicate amongst yourselves. Do not treat a paying customer as if they're the one with the issue when they're giving their money to you. So, it was just very upsetting to us for us to land there and then you have this badass attitude and me have to switch rooms 3 times. But it all worked out in the end. So the room was amazing. I could appreciate that. The ATV excursion was amazing. We didn't get to zip line. I really don't care, because I don't like to do outdoorsy things, but I would have, I guess, enjoyed the experience. You got to get me out of my comfort zone. But yeah, other than that, they took all of our money. I mean, we left that resort once and I spent like $300 cash dollars on that resort. I don't know. Oh, and then for the excursion, because you had to pay $30 deposit, and then you paid the $40 in cash when you got there. That's how they did that online. You could pay the deposit, and then they take the rest, because anything could happen. They could just refund you and you'd be good. So yeah. I don't know where the money went. I don't know where. Giving everybody $20 tips. That's all we had was 20s, until we finally got smart enough to go to the front desk and then change our 20s for like ones. But yeah, we were just like happy, tipping people, paying for different things. I don't know, maybe the taxi ride into town, probably, I'm sure that probably took some of my money. I don't know what, I can't tell you where them $300 went. I can't tell you. And then for my room upgrade, she did refund me. Oh, I left that out. I omitted that. She did refund me the upgrade. So for that swim out room, I ended up just paying the regular $300 original fee that I did anticipate on paying just to be there. And she gave me all inclusive. So I have no complaints about that. But what we had to go through to get it was a terrible. And so that ATV accident, y'all, pray for Kim, prayers up for my girl. Cause when you turn 40, you flying off a dirt bike, it's a whole lot different when you turning 20 and flying off a dirt bike. So she is still nursing. She did not need stitches. She thought she would. We thought she would. She didn't need stitches. So she's good. She's healing. She went to see the doctor in the US. I was like, girl, you don't need to go see nobody here because they're just going to want your money, you know, and you need to keep yourself wrapped up. Stay out of the ocean. Stay out of the water. And you'll be home the next day. Go to urgent care. And so we kept her drunk. You know, we did call a doctor on site, and he was about $150 US to come on site and check her out. And I think he charged her $60 or $80 for a local anesthesia on her foot, so she didn't have to feel it for a certain amount of time. So she was able to do a lot of things, you know, with us. Then the next day he came that night. And so she was able to, you know, stick it through, but she just couldn't, you know, wear shoes. Her foot is swollen. So she's still in, you know, the healing process right now, but we survived. We made it. So I hope this kind of lets you guys in on what was going on. We did enjoy ourselves. The room I had was amazing. The grounds to that place is beautiful. Again, I'm gonna link it, but again, it's called Dreams Resort and Spa in Tulum. There are Dreams also in Cancun. We were in the one in actual Tulum, and it was good. Last thing I'm gonna leave you with. If you don't stay at resorts, please know that the liquor on these resorts are 90% water, 10% alcohol. You will drink, and never get drunk. Pack your own bottles or buy or purchase your own bottles when you get there. If you're not checking a bag, purchase your own bottles. We drank like a bottle on our way down, thinking that, oh, it's, you know, liquor at the resort. I don't do resorts. I like to kind of dine out. You know, y'all know me. So I like to kind of get my experience out. So I don't really do resorts. I was not anticipating the see-through liquor. Like my Crown, you could see right through it. And Crown is dark. So, and it just made it disgusting. And so, yeah, we never got drunk. We got to the airport. The airport there in Cancun, to fly back, my meal was $60 for a burger and 2 mojitos and a bottle of water. It was $60. And so, again, we have no more USD. That's my experience. See you guys on the next one. My next trip, I believe it's Vegas. I won't say why, but I believe it's Vegas in April. I do go. I'm going to see my V in a couple weeks. Hopefully next weekend I'll see her. If not, it'll be the following. But I'm going to see my V. That's not a trip. That's gonna always be a trip. So yeah, thank you guys for rocking with me. I appreciate it. Please, again, do not forget to subscribe to me, guys. Like, I'm pushing that number to get to 500. So look out for your girl. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.